Watch out for that slick left hook. He throws it from everywhere. There it is! Man, oh! Two early knockdowns for Whittaker. Tomorrow's his own! Robert Whittaker!
Welcome to today's episode, where we delve into the incredible journey of Robert Whittaker, the UFC fighter who's made a name for himself in the world of mixed martial arts.
No knees or front kicks at the middle. He's hurt. Head kick for Whittaker.
Born in New Zealand and raised in Sydney, Australia, Robert's childhood was shaped by his father, who raised him and his brother on his own after their parents' divorce. Robert's father did everything from cooking and cleaning to washing clothes, and he instilled in Robert and his brother the discipline and self-defense skills that come with martial arts. Robert was initially reluctant to embrace the sport, but over time, he grew to love it, and his father's strict training regime taught him important values and kept him from straying down the wrong path. At 14, Robert met his future coach Henry Purr and began practicing Hapkido, a Korean martial art. This is where he discovered his passion for MMA, and the rest, as they say, is history. Join us as we uncover the incredible story of Robert Whittaker, the UFC fighter who's made a name for himself in the world of mixed martial arts. MMA career. He started off his career in Australia's Extreme Fighting Championships, then shifted to Cage Fighting Championships, with 3 years of hard work and dedication.
Oh! As he was in round one. Oh, no, and he's sunk in the choke.
He's hooked it in. He's hooked midway through round two.
Robert's record stood at an impressive 9 wins and 2 losses, earning him the regional title, Ultimate Fighter. However, he had no plans of stopping there. In 2012, a new season of The Ultimate Fighter was on the horizon, and Robert's father, who had always believed in his son's potential, took it upon himself to submit an application for the show. And to their surprise, Robert was instantly accepted. This was the turning point in Robert's career and a pivotal moment that would change his life forever. The competition between Britain and Australia was a highly anticipated event, held in a metropolitan format. Leading the charge for Australia were trainers Rose Person and George Satira, who were determined to bring home the win. With Robert considered as the favorite in the tournament, the pressure was on. Despite his average weight, Robert's name was immediately recognized by the British coach, but their focus was on one goal: to achieve victory. As the two nations faced off in the octagon, tensions were high and the stakes were even higher. In the first fight of the tournament, Robert was set to face off against the undefeated Luke Newman. The confident challenger immediately escalated the confrontation, but it only took mere moments for Luke to be down on the canvas. The knockout was so intense that after the match, Robert thought it was all just a dream. In the semifinal, Robert faced his own teammate, Xavier Lucas. Despite the friendly relationship that had formed between the fighters during the season, only one could proceed to the final.
Fight back, Xavier. Stop!
And in true Robert Whittaker fashion, he delivered another spectacular finish in the first round. This was the moment when the world truly took notice of Robert Whittaker. His impressive showing in the tournament established him as a force to be reckoned with, and fans were eager to see what he would do next.
Oh, and that Whittaker shot force dragging this fight into the later rounds. There it is.
UFC middleweight career. Robert Whittaker's debut fight in the middleweight division was a moment that would change the course of his career forever. He was set to face off against Clint Hester, who was on a 4-win streak and was considered a tough opponent.
Big elbow!
However, Robert had other plans. From the moment the bell rang, Robert intended to take down his opponent with every strike.
Beautiful right hand!
After a stunning knockout, a stunned American began searching for an opening, but Robert maintained his composure and stayed focused on the task at hand.
Beautiful uppercut. They want to entertain that. I want to see it come.
Now we're starting to see Hester slow down.
In the next encounter, he pushed his opponent to the ropes and swiftly delivered the finishing blow.
Hester's retreating, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, he goes down with a knee.
Whittaker's coming through
He goes
with some
down with a
heavy
knee.
shots. That is it. Robert Whittaker.
On that fateful night of May 15th, Robert Whittaker proved to the world what he was truly capable of. Standing across the octagon was Brad Tavares,
Tie by the Hawaiian. Good right hand by Tavares.
the 14th ranked fighter in the middleweight division, who was the odds-on favorite to win. But Robert was ready to show everyone what he was made of. In a mere 40 seconds, he delivered a powerful left hook that stunned Brad and left him lying on the canvas.
Two early knockdowns for Whittaker. Tavares is gone.
This spectacular knockout earned Robert the Knockout of the Night bonus and a hefty $50,000 deposit to his bank account, further solidifying his position as a rising star in the UFC. At UFC 193, Robert stepped into the middleweight division and was met with Uriah Hall, a formidable fighter ranked 10th on the list of contenders. Hall had made a huge impact in his previous fight against Gegard Mousasi. In the ring, Robert was cautious, biding his time as he charged his attacks. Meanwhile, Hall tried to deliver his signature kicks, but they rarely hit their mark. Despite the challenge, Robert showed his skill and versatility, outpacing Hall in all 3 rounds. He dominated the match with precise strikes and clever defense, earning him a decisive victory by unanimous decision. This victory marked a turning point for Robert, who was now thriving in the middleweight division. His improved cardio and speed allowed him to fight at the limits of his abilities without sacrificing his physical health. Robert next faced Derek Brunson, who was ready to defend his position at the top of the middleweight division. At the start of the match, Brunson came out strong, trying to establish a quick lead, but Robert was ready for him, countering the assault with a well-timed lateral takedown. As the round progressed, Robert found his footing and began to make his mark. And then, to the surprise and delight of the home crowd, Robert delivered the knockout blow. With a perfectly executed kick and a jab, he secured the biggest victory of his career. In 2017, Robert Whittaker stepped up to the plate and accepted a challenge that many others dared not. He went head-to-head with the Brazilian alligator, Ronaldo Souza, a fighter who had been seeking the match for the past 5 years. But Whittaker was not intimidated. He showcased his quality defense skills and neutralized Souza's fight from the start of the second round. He delivered a powerful right straight from the get-go and wisely brought the fight back to a stand-up stance. Whittaker became a true force to be reckoned with, declaring war on the Brazilian crocodile. He delivered a series of heavy blows and ended the fight with his favorite technique, taking care of himself in the process. The performance was impressive and undoubtedly the loudest on Whittaker's record. After an incredible winning streak of 7 victories, Robert Whittaker earned the opportunity to challenge for the interim title. He was up against the highly regarded biological phenomenon, Yoel Romero.
And again. Flying knee. He knocked him out.
The Cuban had been on a rampage, decimating everyone in his path. The first round of the match started off with a bang as Romero landed a damaging blow to Robert's foot.
Whittaker ate a knee to the chest, though, and beautiful, clearly pacing himself.
Limiting his agility and putting the match in favor of the Cuban. However, Robert wasn't going to go down without a fight.
Beautiful work there.
As the match progressed, the Australian continued to put on a fearless performance, climbing back into the game despite his injury. By the championship rounds, he was clearly escalating and pushed forward, determined to take down his exhausted opponent. In the end, it was in the 5th round that Robert finally shifted the tide of the match in his favor. He left the audience with a glimpse into his future potential and proved that he was a force to be reckoned with. The highly anticipated bout between Robert Whittaker and Luke Rockhold was met with disappointment as Whittaker was forced to pull out due to an undisclosed injury. As a result, Yoel Romero stepped in and went on to win the bout, setting up a unification match against Whittaker. The stage was set at UFC 225, with both fighters determined to claim the title. In the first round, Whittaker controlled the fight with ease, calmly countering Romero's advances. However, despite appearing passive, Romero was merely waiting for the right moment to strike. In a sudden turn of events, Whittaker suffered a broken wrist, but persevered through the pain to take the next round.
Retreat here! That window of opportunity for Romero, who lands an uppercut. Oh, how badly he was hurt, how much he's gotten back.
As the fight progressed, Whittaker regained his strength and managed to dodge Romero's powerful strikes. Despite being on the brink of defeat, Whittaker managed to hold on until the final gong, ultimately winning by a split decision.
Mixed martial Robert Whittaker.
In July of 2018, Robert had to undergo a surgery. While Robert was recovering from his surgery, big changes took place in the middleweight division. Israel Adesanya, also known as Stylebender, claimed the interim championship title.
Oh my goodness.
Huge right.
The judges ultimately sided with the champion, Adesanya, but it was a close and highly entertaining match that left the fans on the edge of their seats. Although Whittaker came up short in the rematch, he once again proved himself to be a formidable fighter who is capable of putting up a great fight against the best in the division.
Gotta be very careful.
Despite his young age of just 30, Robert has already experienced many intense battles and has been through the ups and downs of being a champion fighter. Despite all he has been through, he still has a passion for the sport that drives him forward. He is a true warrior who has seen it all and yet continues to push himself to be the best.
No knees or front kick up the middle. He's hurt.
Head kick for Whittaker. Oh, Souza's in trouble here. Watch out for that slick left hook. He throws it
For all of those who have enjoyed watching this video, don't hesitate to show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel for more MMA-related content. We will see you in the next one.